Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house, and we are here. The team has pulled it together, and so we're going to be talking to the team from that is it, RhinoFi. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Definitely one of the best communities and top teams in Pulse Chain, without a doubt. So hope you guys enjoy the show. And you never know, maybe Jolly Roger will be wearing his Rhino hat as well. It could be happening. Which is pretty awesome. So big welcome to people in the house there. We've got Hexcavator in the house. Hey, gang, good to see Hexcavator. Big shout out. And don't forget, as you're coming in, everybody, don't forget to share the show around on X. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to smash the subscribe button. We're streaming on 3 YouTube channels, of course, and on X. So awesome stuff. So we're going to have a good time. And let's meet the team without any further delay. But definitely get that share out there as well. All right, let's meet the team. Hey, great to see you guys. Daric, Jolly Roger.
Hey, how's it going?
All I can say is that we've been through a lot to get together to get to this point.
That's right.
Hey, we're still here. All-time lows, and we're still here. We're still here on the Superman Show. Let's go.
Yeah.
Any technical difficulties at the beginning is a little blip in the radar, right?
It is when they say RhinoFi is a combat token, it's true. It's true. You guys fought through, and you battled away.
That's right. You can't give up. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah. Awesome stuff. Hey, great to have you in too, Daric, in the house there.
Thank you. Yeah, happy to be here, man. Appreciate it. Love the show. I watch it all the time. You're always a positive force, in times of adversity. And
yeah.
I appreciate everything you do for the community, man. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Daric. Thanks for that. Hey, look, I said at the intro, said you guys are one of the best teams, without a doubt, and you also got one of the best projects, I think, as well. And so, yeah, we're going to, learn a little bit about you guys and the project moving forward. It's going to be fun. Hey, we got MVS Crypto in the house there. Let's go. And of course, the editor of the Monster Thread and the promotional lead for the Kryptonite Show. So big shout out to you, MVS. Keep up the great work. Awesome stuff. So, yeah.
Yes, he's awesome, man.
Okay, so I just want to ask you a couple of questions about yourselves before we get into maybe looking at your protocol. There's three guys in the team, is that right? So maybe break it down a little bit for us about who you guys are, as much as you feel comfortable with.
Sure. Well, Roger and I are the founders, and then we have people that we've hired for the team, like Dani's our moderator, Max is our marketing guy. But it's the two of us that built the project and came up with the concept and everything, and we've been lucky enough to have great people to support the protocol and excellent team members from Max and Dani.
It's been awesome. It's been awesome because obviously things are a little bit bleak in the overall markets. It's not even just Pulse Chain, but overall. And I get a little inspired when I look in our community and I see the numbers keep growing. We keep growing with our community. We're over 620 strong now.
Yeah.
And it's always been positive. So we're, if you're going to do something, that's the way to do it. So.
No, it's fantastic. It is awesome. So I'm just going to post the link on RhinoFi live on X and post it away. So let me just.
We just paid out some community rewards too. Superman, I don't know if Daric told you about that.
Yeah, I saw it in the Monster Thread, actually. It was in the post there that you guys had given out some rewards. So maybe we'll talk about that coming up as well. So you guys, the three guys running the team, you got an amazing community. I think there's 500 on X, 600 in the Telegram group, and you guys are just climbing. And but one of the things I like is I always go and visit your guys' Telegram group, is that you're just so welcoming and you just educate and you're just on board. You're just so good all around. So I just want to shout out for that.
It is a ray of sunshine. We don't have anybody, talking smack to each other. But, I think that partly it's due, like, the protocol is transparent. There's no, like, we haven't sold tokens. We haven't done, other things that other communities are dealing with right now. It's hard to swallow in times of, despair. So we're an open book, and I think that it's just like, hey, the chain's down. All of our liquidity pairs are, getting pulled down like that. There's not a whole lot of selling that's happening on our token. It's just,
Awesome.
So I think transparency gives a lot of clarity to holders, and it is.
Yeah. So you guys are kind of giving realistic expectations around where things are at any particular point in the market, whether we're on the down or on the up. So you guys, you got a great team. What was the idea behind RhinoFi? Because I think it's the first combat token, maybe even in crypto. So you could tell us a little bit about the why and maybe the vision.
Yeah, definitely. Daric and I are entrepreneurs by trade, both been in business, and we kind of brought in traditional business principles into, like, how do we tackle this problem of the problems that we were seeing other tokens and projects having. So a lot of it was just the fact that there wasn't a lot of equilibrium. There wasn't a lot of balance when it comes to protecting holder value. It was all like market, G, done, right? Whereas the combat part is part of our charging cycle. So we kind of charge it up throughout a 28-day period, and that kind of builds up the balance based on the transaction volume. And then we buy and burn. But if we don't hit certain targets, we burn from our own tokens. So that way holders, if we don't pay out a lot of rewards, they still earn by having a higher percentage of the rewards.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Hey, I was wondering, Jolly Roger, get you to move the camera up slightly because you got your cool merch on, and I want people to see that.
Let me see.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. So it always makes me smile when I see that.
We go.
Yeah, that's it.
There we go.
Living the vision. Yeah.
You got to represent, and I didn't even know this show was going to be about RhinoFi. I thought we were celebrating a milestone on Pulse Chain.
Oh, really? Okay. No, that's all about RhinoFi. Yeah.
Well, the milestone that I was excited about is we've hit a new low.
Yeah, it's accumulation phase, baby.
It is. Well, the Band-Aid's been ripped off, as Richard might say. It's
an opportunity.
It is.
No, the echo's back.
You can get 1 billion tokens for under 20 grand right now, which is insane.
That is crazy.
Think about the opportunity that could be in the future. And part of what RhinoFi, we have an arbot that's constantly arbing the pairs that we have and building new liquidity positions for the community.
Yeah.
And we're accumulating lots through the arbot. So our LPs in units is growing, even though, prices are down. What are you going to do, right? The chain's down. It is what it is. But we're still stacking units and creating pairs with that. So
that's cool.
It should be a nice slingshot when Pulse starts ripping.
It's ripping off, yeah. All right, so there's 3 of you guys in the team. Your vision is really to be a combat token that people can be a part of and really fight back against the market and do well as we move up. The third thing is I like to ask is around security. So you'll tell us a little bit around contract security and things like that.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, there are just 2 of us. It's just Daric and I are co-founders, but we did work with Build the Tech for the as a development partner.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, cool. With Brandon.
That's right. Yeah. And because of that, we went through the the process of getting everything audited, making sure that everything's transparent, and everything that's gone on with our protocol from day one. We've articulated it and communicated with our community. But Daric, anything else to note on the security side?
Yeah, it's actually been audited twice. We use Spywolf for that, and we actually built the token without the charging wallet at first, and we're like, hold on a second, it's missing something. We got it audited, and then we built the charging wallet, and then audited it again. So we had to make sure everything was jiving with all the different modules within the with all the different contracts within the protocol. So we went through the auditing process twice.
Fantastic. So well and truly audited. All right. I think we've got through some of the 3 questions that I wanted to check out. Let's kick it into the protocol. Hopefully our audio's sound thing will be good too. We'll find out.
I don't know if we can screen share. I think that's the trigger.
I think that's the trigger. Yeah, I think you might be right. So maybe we'll have to just briefly show it, and then we'll talk about it after that, or maybe I can bring in the website. But we'll have a look. I think you got it right though. So I've got it emptied at the moment. That's why I got rid of the
all right.
rid of it. We're going to do it without any audio. How's that going, Jolly? Roger, is that good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah. So I've got the sounds share on it, which I normally use for solo show. So it sounds like that's the trick there.
So what's really cool, Superman, is we've got, since day one, even though the market's down, we have been consistently buying and burning from our charging wallet, like all the way down. I think we burnt how many have we burnt total, Daric?
It's like 223 million out of a billion supply.
Yeah, a crazy percentage of
about 23% has been burnt on this down market.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. And obviously, that just gives you the holders a nice ratchet up because the liquidity is shrunk. So I think that's going to be really nice for when things start moving again. And that's all. I think that's all anybody in any community right now is doing is you have to position yourself, and it's a chess game, right? So if you're looking at projects that have this type of liquidity and that are still burning, that are still positioning themselves, that have good liquidity pools.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe that Pulse Chain's going to be up, you shouldn't be in any projects right now. But if you do think that this is low and it's going to be up, I think projects like Rhino are a phenomenal place to store the value because of that, right? It's just going to give you a lever for when things start to move, and a lever that is even more aggressive than the core tokens because of how it's positioned.
Okay. That's awesome. So you got two key tokenomics at the moment. So people, if they buy Rhino, which is the token, if they hold Rhino in their wallet, do they get anything from that? Is that?
Yeah, that we have rewards from the transaction fees. We have up to 6% of the 6% of the transaction fees go to our holders, and that's split into. Daric, did you want to go over the split a little bit?
Yeah. So when the protocol first launched, the charging wallet was 50% of collecting 50% of the rewards. Well, that's almost down by half, right? So that part of the rewards is now shifted over to the holders, right? So by burning that supply, that if it goes down by 22.5%, everybody that's holding got a 22.5% raise in the reward amount, right? Because it's split out throughout the rest of the float. Mm-hmm. And your position that you're holding went up by 22.5% as well, right? So you have a 22.5% bigger float than where you started. So it works in both ways.
Okay, so we got the tokenomics breaking down here. So you got 6% fee, tax fee, reflection fee, whatever people want to call it. I kind of call it, for you guys, it's probably more, it's just like a treasury fee to fuel the system. And so you got 3% rewards, 2.1% buy and burn, and 0.9% liquidity add. Is there much to talk about that? Because I think you guys did some changes, didn't you, to some of the allocations to preserve the pulse in the treasury?
Well, what happens is that the 3% was spread out across 100% of the tokens, right? Mm-hmm. We're down 22.5% of the tokens, so there's more pulse rewards spread across fewer tokens, which
right.
We haven't changed any of the tokenomics to date. Everything is still in place. We're still burning SolidX and Gelato. and we're still adding liquidity every day with Rhino. So, the more pulse is down, the more units that we're acquiring in the liquidity pool, which is good.
Yeah.
We're still up against pulse as well.
Okay, well, we'll check that out on the charts in a minute. All right, so you've got token holders get 2.25%, and obviously there's less tokens around. Liquidity providers 0.75%. You got also the buy and burn's got Rhino 1.2%, SolidX 0.45, Gelato 0.45. And what's the like a lot of teams do this, but what was the rationale for SolidX and Gelato in there?
It's because SolidX is just they've done so much for us. They really care about our project, and we wanted to show the love back. Reciprocate it.
Yeah, cool. All right. You also got liquidity there, 0.9% in the PLS and Rhino ad, so that's slowly building up LP a little bit.
Yep. Every transaction, it keeps building LP.
All right, so you got a lot around the playbook here. You got a lot in there. Anything you want to highlight around that about the?
It's just an overall. It's to me, it just is kind of like a checklist of the things that need to be focused on, and we broke it down into how we focused on them to make a strong project. Because it's not just any one thing. You really have to do your housekeeping with these, to make sure it all works.
So I guess in terms of someone getting involved with Rhino in the community, you got holder benefits. So your fee rewards, simply hold and earn auto earn pulse, which is pretty exciting. And then you got LP amplifier, LP double dipping allowed, bypass fees, earn LP yield, and auto earn reward tokens. And then you've got the giveaway pool, which we should talk about now, I guess, because you just done a big giveaway, haven't you?
Well, we do a couple of giveaways. So we've got giveaway on the leaderboard, and whenever we have a giveaway wallet that earns tokens, and whenever it hits a certain amount, we give tokens to our top 100 holders. But then we also do giveaways in the community for what is it called, Daric? What's the?
You earn points for participation on our X campaigns or our joining live chats or whatever. So you have like a leaderboard of community participation.
Yeah,
that's right.
Contests where the top points earner gets $100, the second place gets 50, and then there's 5 random wallets that get $20 each, and we keep running that over and over.
We just think it's like when you have some engagement with the community where you've got some incentives, especially when times are a little bit tough. It's nice to have some positive notes that people can get excited about for just participating.
Yeah, 100%.
I think what you were referring to as far as the tokenomics was the dynamic sell tax. That stopped after the first charging cycle, so that was just through the launch phase. I don't know if that's what you were.
It was to protect from jitters. I don't know if he brought up the dynamic sell tax. I don't think he did.
Well, it's turned off, so it doesn't really matter. But that's what I think he was getting to. But also, if you scroll up, Superman, all these things that make up a combat token are also the same reasons why our Telegram community is so cool. Like, this is open book here. Here's the things that we're trying to tackle. So
you got trust, you got tokenomics. Yeah. All right. Well, let's enter the dashboard, shall we? And here we are on the dashboard. You've got a lot of cool stuff happening here. Do you want to break that down a little bit to get into the little nitty gritty?
Sure. When you connect to this DApp, this would show you your rewards that you've either earned by holding Rhino or if you were providing LP. So if you go to the Manage LP tab in the middle, here's your opportunity to add liquidity to any of these pairs. And when you use this DApp, it bypasses the transaction fees so that you can just enter and exit, without paying transaction fees.
Right. So no 6% fee is what you're saying?
Right. And then when you add liquidity, you get a share count. And the share count is what determines what your pulse rewards are, which is basically the share count is the amount of Rhino that you added to this pair when you started the pair. So it works similar to like the UFO DApp, if you're familiar with that one. But If you're in a situation where you have, impermanent loss one way or the other, it might be advantageous to, keep your pair alive or retake it or whatever you want to do to maximize your share count.
And what was the incentive? Was it 0.9% of the 6% fee? Is that right?
So right now, 25% of the 3% goes to people participating in the DApp.
Okay.
The 0.9% is an auto liquidity add from every transaction that adds Rhino and Pulse to the LP pair. It has nothing to do with this DApp.
Okay.
So it's just automatically adding LP every transaction.
All right. And if you're in the Telegram group, you guys talk a little bit about doing this and helping people and stuff with that.
Yeah.
They want to find out more. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So let's go to the charging cycle, which is I guess the two key takeaways. The first one is that you earn rewards, right? By holding the token, and also extra if you're doing the LPing. Is that fair enough? That's right. Then, of course, you've also got a lot of different prize competitions that you give away for leaderboards and social media and things like that. And you just had a big one. The other big part, besides rewards, I guess, is the charging cycles, and that's a big part of your tokenomics. And you're on cycle 6, I can see. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. So the charging wallet started out with 500 million pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And each cycle, if we don't reach our target of 500 million pulse earned, we deduct up to 10% of the balance of the charging wallet. So anything that the charging wallet earns throughout the 28 days kicks over to the buy and burn on the right-hand side. So $430. So, and then that, a percentage of that becomes available every 30 minutes as a buy.
Okay.
So what happens, to be the combat token, you have to hold yourself accountable on the charging wallet. So the charging wallet can shrink down to a floor of 250 million pulse, which we'll probably see in this upcoming cycle. Once it hits the floor, it stays there, but it can go up. So if we do get to if we do start reaching the goal, then it would add to the charging wallet balance, and it could go up.
Okay.
It can never go below 250 million.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a risk, not a risk. It's like a treasury preservation.
So there will always be pulse going to the buy and burn. It just the more volume, the bigger the buy and burn gets.
Yeah. Are there any dials that you guys control? Or is this all essentially immutable and just runs itself?
The only thing that we have control over on the buy and burn part is the percentage that's allowed to go every 30 minutes.
Okay.
So right now we have it set to 3% every 30 minutes. It takes 3% of the buy and burn and puts it into a callable contract that anybody can pull.
So how do you decide when to pull that? So if the market's down on Pulse, you decide a higher or lower percentage? How does that all work? Just for people.
The theory. So a lot of this buy and burn contract, the guys who built the tech did a ton of work on Titan X, and it's these buy and burn contracts run similar to. I mean, I can't even count how many protocols it's on the Titan.
Yeah, heaps, right? Yeah, cryptographics has got it on Unity and Taurus right now. Each can change the LP and the buy and burn percentages. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So the other thing that we have control over is what token we actually reward people in. So we're using Pulse right now, but we could have Ink or Hex or Pulse X or eHex.
Yeah.
Or Gelato or Solid X as a reward token. So we're kind of just, the thought that crossed my mind is, Solid X is down a lot right now. Like maybe that would be advantageous to start distributing that at some point. So we kind of have, we have discretion over that, but we haven't changed it since it started. Okay.
Very cool. So at the moment, RhinoFi charging balance is 305 million, and plus you've got 22.5 million sitting in the current buy and burn balance. So this treasury, basically, this charging cycle, And then so far you've just flipped over into cycle 6. So you've had 5 cycles already completed, and you've just started this one. So you got 27 days, 13 hours to go for cycle 6, and you've already got another 115,000 through the 6%. The reflection tax is pretty much a good summary.
Something is cool. You can actually click through every cycle and see like what happened.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you can see how much the charging wallet, deducted tokens, and it's got a full history of everything that's happened since day one.
And the first cycle, the first 28 days, you had a particularly high taxes that time. Is that right? 20% or something?
Yeah, we started on a sell. It was only on the sell side. So when we launched, we had a ton of bot activity, right?
Yeah.
And those bots ran the price way up, and then they had to pay 20% on the way out, which really amped up our buy and burn big time.
It played out really well, didn't it? Yeah, I could see that.
It was a phenomenal way to launch protocol for sure.
Yeah. It's created a great foundation for that. That's awesome. Okay, cool. That is the charging, and that's So people holding Rhino get share of the rewards, reflection taxes, and also you've got the 28-day charging cycle, which is really a big part of the combat side of the RhinoFi. Fair enough.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and as the charging cycle continues, when it does hit that floor, it can still grow back. And what's interesting is when it hits the floor, everything that it's been burning, right? Those rewards are then distributed to holders, right? Because now the charging wallet's no longer earning the rewards. But the other really nice thing is, as it grows back, it's still burning off of the market, like it's the buy and burn. So like the liquidity continues to shrink. So if we have a really nice cycle, like a 28-day cycle, well, the charging wallet can grow its balance back because it's only burning 50% of what it earns.
Okay.
So it can essentially store value, and it can store. So the tokens can fluctuate. The floor hits, it doesn't stay there forever. It just stays there as long as the volume is low.
Okay. So I guess that the idea is that let's say Pulse starts ramping up. Your activity could start ramping up to the volumes, and then you guys, obviously with the buy and burn, then you're pushing up the price of Rhino, arguably, and the US dollar price will rise. So on the way back up, it could all get pretty glorious, right? Relative to the size of the protocol itself, like users and stuff.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah. All right, very cool. All right, so I think that was on the site. So that's the application. I think there's some other stuff on here. We got buy Rhino. You can obviously buy Rhino, and you can all find that on the website.
The switch.win widget is in there. So that's another build the tech widget that we use.
That's great. Yeah, it's great. So that's there, guys. You can buy it on the website. Now I've got the website there, just pinned underneath Jolly Roger there. So RhinoFi.win, and that also has all the socials as well. I believe at the bottom somewhere, down the bottom there, X and Telegram. So I definitely encourage you to sign up to X and the Telegram group. One of the best teams, without a doubt, on the Pulse chain. And what else we got on the list here? Just to go through a few of these leaderboards. So we talk a little bit about that. You got the leaderboard here right now. So this is part of one of the reward programs.
It's just for tracking. We track the top 100 for the giveaways, and that's what qualifies for the giveaway balance that's at the top right now.
So the more Rhino you hold, the higher the rank you're going to go, and this giveaway pool runs every 28 days. Is that the way to understand?
It runs whenever the giveaway pool hits a certain total.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then it gets distributed. It's $1,000.
Yeah. Okay. And how many payouts have been so far? May I ask?
Well, that's interesting because we did it based off USD, and it actually with Pulse, because it was in Pulse, but we were paying it out on USD. Okay. It got to like 900 or 800 or something, and then Pulse tanked.
All right.
And it's sitting there in a Pulse giveaway wallet. So it's just sitting there. It hasn't got paid out.
It's gonna happen sometime. So you guys have got plenty of time to get yourself ranked up. So at the moment, you got the top wallet got 35 million in there. So I guess it's and then you got 8.9 million in the second and 8.9 million in the third, and then below that, I mean, how far does it go down to the top 25? A million. So basically almost just over a million at the moment to get on that. So I don't know what that is worth, but that's if you want to get on the rank table. There we go. Now, is it proportional, allocated proportional? How does it work? It's top 20. Does it got a cutoff or?
It's at random. It's at random.
Oh, it's randomized. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just as long as you're there, you'll have a chance.
So it's randomized, and how many would get allocated the $1,000, like the 1,000? Just says
it splits it between I think 5 there.
Yeah. Okay. 5. Okay. Oh, well, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, that's really neat. All right. Very good. So there we go, guys. So you pick up some Rhino, and you got a random chance of that prize pool once we get a bit of a takeoff on the old pulse chain again. I think we've gone through everything else. Yeah, we've gone through all that, and you've also got some branding. Now, this is the other thing I want to talk about is your guys' branding. You guys are one of the best team with branding. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And you guys are one of the most consistent promotional teams as well. So, you get all the ticks because I'm always on about those things, and you guys always crush it. So that's pretty awesome. So let's jump over to your X account. So if people haven't followed, you should definitely follow the team. I'm going to post the link in there. It looks like we've got Goo God in the house. Big shout out there. Glad to see you all still grinding. Keep crushing it, bros. Yeah, appreciate that. I'm sure the team.
Good God, appreciate it.
So that is the link to the X account. So definitely follow RhinoFi. And like I say, these guys are role models for a lot of teams. So get out there, RhinoFi_win. They're not going to say that about themselves, but I'll say it. That's really the thing. So yeah.
If we build the good habits when things are not so exciting, then we're planting the seeds and the foundation to really prosper when things pick up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put in the work when it's not really that fun, right?
Sometimes. That's right. So I mean, if you're another team out there you're watching, just check out RhinoFi. These guys continually post and show that the whats and the whys and the vision and how it works and everything else like that. Always posting out some cool artwork as well. So definitely give them a follow.
And the Telegram's consistently growing, month over month. I think about 5% over the last 30 days increase. So and it's all organic. We're not, we never wanted to do one of those vanity things where you buy the vanity followers or anything like that. We're like people that come to the community actually get it. They understand it. They want to be part of it. And that means more than just vanity numbers. So.
Yeah. So, getting a good, committed, engaged communities like the Paramount, but you guys are doing a great job there. Now, I just want to talk about some of the outside of RhinoFi. What's some of the sort of collabs or utility support that you get? Maybe Batias or Liberty Swap or other collabs. You've talked about Solidex and Gelato there a little bit. You got much you can say about that sort of topic?
Yeah, we've got a couple farms going with the homie farms.
Emmett, you're in Emmett. Oh, great. Yep.
Yep. And so we got a pretty decent APR over there. We appreciate those guys. They're awesome. Homie farms are good. Good, decent APR over there as well.
So if people are putting if they get Rhino, they put it in the Emmett farm, for example, they're still getting the share of the rewards?
No, that was actually the benefit of having other farms available because people are all in our DAP. Those rewards get divvied up between everybody there. So if people are leaving to collect emit, right, they're making the reward pool better for people that are on our DAP. So we encourage getting new farms available because we kind of just spread out the APRs across the different platforms. And
that's a really good value add, isn't it? On both counts, there's a kind of a win-win there. That's pretty cool. What about like on Batias and the utilities? You guys registered on those, the Liberty Swap and things, or?
So yeah, Liberty Swap is a go, and Batias is an aggregator, so it can't do tax tokens at the moment. So we're a big fan of Switch.win. It has the
yes, it does.
Pre-populated when you put Rhino in there, it just takes up the appropriate tax amount. And then PulseX, of course, we're available in there.
Okay, cool. All right, well let's jump over to the chart and have a look at that. Obviously, Pulse Chain is on the down at the moment. I'm going to switch it over from the US dollar down to the PLS ratio. And what are your thoughts about where the chart is at the moment? It's at 12. 12.2 pulse per Rhino. Let me log that too. So it's 12.2. I think the highs, I mean, it had the high first day, but we'll just maybe go the second day. We're up about 30 there. So what's your thoughts about the chart? I mean, obviously you guys are a team, so you know so much you can say. But
Yeah, I mean, we're hanging in there as much as we can, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you know, we have a tremendous amount of liquidity out there with all the different, through the DApp and the other farms and stuff that we have there. We have a lot of LP compared to our market cap, right?
Yeah, I think it's 44,000 on this main pier, and I think there's a couple of smaller piers out there, and that's versus the market cap of 178. So that's actually really strong. The other thing is that, of course, a lot of tokens don't have the recharge treasury,
Right.
so they're sitting out there without any treasury, and there's only a couple that have got the treasury set up. So yeah, that's what hence the combat token, right? It's,
Yeah.
so
By
okay.
design.
We're just
Yeah.
hanging in there waiting for Pulse to rebound, and you know, we're just keeping our marketing up as much as we can, and we keep a positive vibe in our Telegram, and
Yeah.
you know, the protocol is doing exactly what we designed it to do. So,
Yeah.
you know,
We just have to have more patience than what we thought we would have to have, right? But that's okay.
Yeah, but I mean, let's. I mean, taking that. So I think it's at the moment the price is 0002300. Everything's looking pretty strong, I think. And then if you take into account where Pulse is at right now, Pulse liquidity is obviously thinned out a lot. And we look at where Pulse is, kind of waiting for that to. Let me go to the weekly chart here. Kind of waiting for that to play out a little bit there. And of course, we break down all that support. So, and we got the band-aid ripped off. But
I can't believe how low it is. I mean, I'm trying to buy a Pulse every day. It's just, when is this going to happen again? I mean, I know we've been saying that for like 2.5 years or whatever it is, but
it's truly a gift in the hand, though, isn't it? I think, and we're coming up to the 2nd of December. I mean, talk about this on the Daily Show, and after that, I mean, man, it's I don't know. I just feel like it's really going to start running away potentially. So yeah,
that's what Jolly said, right? If you don't believe that Pulse is going to be great, you're not here. If you're still here, you're like, this is accumulation phase, like you'll never, hopefully never see again. I mean, I think this is I think we could be at the bottom. I mean, there might be, if we get through the ProoveX sacrifice, and at no point does RH allow pulse chain tokens, there might be another dip. We might see another.
Yeah, I saw a little bit around someone talking about the cash dot site having hex or something on it, or something rumor there. I don't know. I didn't get to fact check it, but if that doesn't happen on the last day or something, some strange little maneuvers. So,
but you gotta think that this is he's doing this by design, right? He's trying to wash us out. There's no reason behind not allowing pulse chain tokens in the sacrifice, unless he was trying to, take it as low as he could before. Let's hope something positive happens in the future, right? I mean,
Daric, I didn't tell you this, but Richard and we did have a conference call, and I didn't want to spoil it, but let's just say this: good things are coming. I heard it from him directly. It was a long call. He was in the middle of installing another bidet in his mother's house, and he had a lot of positive things. He's going to start streaming again, he told me, and he wanted me to tell everybody he's sorry that he's been a little MIA, but he'll be back at it. So.
Thanks for letting me know, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have told you earlier, but yeah.
Nice one there, John. You never know. I mean, Richard Hart can turn up at any time, So
you could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.
So there we go. That's real.
Man.
It's real. Real.
Yeah. That's right. But he is he and I are best friends, and I trust him, and I think he's going to do right by us. And if you guys ever need a message sent to him, just let me know, and I'll get it to him.
Right.
I mean, the reason I pull this up is because RhinoFi is looking pretty prime. You got a really sweet 28-day charging cycle in Treasury. A lot of projects don't have that. Most don't have that. And Pulse has really been that band-aid been shaken out. So I think it's looking pretty want to buy low and get in and ride the train. So it's looking pretty good.
We're not. I mean, we've got Daric. The only reason Daric's not buying more RhinoFi is because we already have so much and we're not selling. Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't already have a ton of RhinoFi, I wouldn't buy anything else because it's a lever. It's a lever. The liquidity, like how much liquidity is it going to take? It's still going to take a lot more liquidity to move some of these other core tokens. We are a multiplier and a ramp up. So it's by design. The charging cycle just adds fuel to the fire as things start to pick up. So we're just desperately waiting for that turnaround.
Helps to pick up that pace in the old Rhino chart, doesn't it? Just with that, with the Treasury and the buy and burn. I like that. That's a really good way of looking at it. Whereas other charts won't have that. They won't have to just rely on the community, the stickiness of the community, all those sort of things that make charts move up and down.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's what's beautiful. We're looking at this. We're feeding the community. There's this guy, Alex Ramosi in marketing. He sold $100 million worth of things in one day, right? Mm-hmm. And people are like, "Oh wow, he sold $100 million worth of things in one day." He didn't sell it in one day. He sold it over 2 years. He built goodwill and education for a community that when he made an offer, everybody wanted to buy it, right? So I kind of look at it like if you sow the right seeds, and if you do right by your community, when things do pick up and you have a larger community because you were doing the right things when everybody else was turning their attention to other things, you're going to be in a much better space than everybody else that is scrambling to try and put things together.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So it's just about the planning and preparation, and it's like people might look at us as like doomsday, planners, because but the opposite of a doomsday.
Yeah, I mean, I think your catchphrase says it well. RhinoFi is a combat token, right. And you're getting into it at the right time right now. Pretty much in terms of those.
We're preparing for battle.
We're in the battle.
We're in the battle, but that's actually a good point. We're already in the battle. Mm-hmm. If this isn't the battle, I don't know what is.
You guys are literally ticking everything off, though. You guys are literally doing everything right, and it bodes well for when we get the upsides to the cycle. It's going to be pretty exciting. Right. There's nothing you guys honestly. If I'm always criticizing teams or critiquing teams, and you guys are doing everything right, which is a great role model for a lot of teams, which is pretty great. All right, let's talk a little bit about merch. You got your awesome Rhino hat on at the moment. Do you have merch?
Yeah. Well, I think the merch budget is a little bit shy, but if I tell you what, if anybody comes in and takes one of the top 10 spots, they'll personally get one of these hats. We'd love to have somebody help us spike a green candle in the middle of all this doom. Yeah, a green candle gets a hat for sure. What do you think, Daric?
Yeah. I just wanted to say that I'm not in the witness protection program with my camera here. I don't know why it's not full color, but
it was brighter before. It was brighter before we had the live stream. It was all fine. Yeah, it went dark mode. Yeah.
It's weird.
Weird. No, okay. So get into Telegram, and you guys never know. You might be able to get one of these awesome Rhino hats, which I think is just badass. So,
well. Just come in there and participate. We give away for just participating. We'd love to have you in there and just shoot the words, into the chat there.
Now,
and we'd love to have you.
Now, you guys, what's have you got any things on? We've talked about things that you've been doing up to now, where the market's at. Have you got any things coming up that you guys are working on that you can actually talk about at the moment?
We've got actually a lot. We've got a very extensive roadmap that we started talking about it before, but we know the price, we know the budget. There are things to do about the DAO. There's things to do about Launchpad. We have plans already mapped out pretty far along, but we do have to see you can build the community, you can stay positive, but when it comes to investing even more into the protocol, we do need to see a bit of a turn in the market to justify another large investment. But as soon as we do, we're happy to do it because we want to add fuel to the fire. We just have to time it a little bit better.
Okay, great. Yep.
So we do have plans. If you like our current protocol and how everything's going, we've got even more coming. We just it's timing is everything on it.
Okay. Cool. Well, I wanted to talk about not just where you're going through there, but also the actual giveaways that you just did with the community, which is in the Monster Thread posts. And you've got the winners here. You've got Zuko, Casper, Tess winning some prizes. How often do you do this giveaway?
It's monthly.
Monthly? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So you earn points by different activities that you do within the community. So if you're, liking our posts and sharing them or commenting, you just earn points for goodwill.
So where do you register in Telegram for that if people want to participate?
Yes.
Yeah. So join up to that.
If you want to be highly engaged in our community and spread the good word and help us grow, you could make an extra $100 a month, right? Just helping spread the word.
Yep. So definitely get into Telegram for that, and you can see all the winners there.
And if you take that $100 and if you DCA it into Pulse, into Rhino, it could be worth millions. Okay, so let's just say that.
Right. So it's actually US dollars, and so is what you're saying. And so
that's right.
If you go buy some Pulse or buy some Rhino and ride it all the way up the chart back when it gets into this reversal we're looking forward to.
That's the way to do it. Build your bags on our dime.
100x, 10,000x, whatever it might end up being. You could turn 100 into a lot more. That's for sure.
And then Daric and I will look back at it and be like, "Man, that was some expensive marketing that we paid for."
Oh, so was the pizza that you paid with Rhino.
That's right.
I'm willing to pay it. I'm willing to pay it.
That's very cool.
And it's fun to have personalities in the community that are just there. That look, we're all hanging in there. We're all staying positive and waiting. There's no need to do anything other than just be positive. So people that want to come in and just have an environment where they can, either commiserate as long as it's positive, that's all we can do right now. Right.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yep. 100%. Now, talking to some other community members out there, what's your feel about where other people are at, other projects, and any other sort of broader sentiments that you think are out there that you might have come across that might be interesting?
I dig the Emit guys a lot. The Homie Farms are good. I mean, those teams are great. We're still really good buddies with the Gelato crew and Chris and Canadian Grateful, and we're still part of the No Permissions group and hang out with those guys. And was it Randy? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just stay, keep our ear to the ground and stay positive. I'm in Axis's group, and we're just using this time to learn as much as we can about being on a new chain and surviving and just grinding it out with the rest of the crew. And we try to keep around positive people. I don't see why.
Well, you're in some of the big groups actually. So is the vibes, even though the prices are down, they're still feeling pretty buoyant.
You have the occasional, somebody just loses their mind. Once in a while. It's what are you going to do? I mean, people have invested tons of money in this chain. It's been a rough ride, right? So, but overall, it's positive, and people are always excited about new projects and new ways of earning or yield farming, or you just figure out ways to stack units.
And Daric practices what he's preached. He actually DCA'd. He had 5 guitars on his wall, and he's like, "Dude, I gotta get more." And so he sold 2 of them. And he's like, I gotta put more in. So he got rid of his babies.
I had to pay rent. No, I'm just kidding.
How much those guitars are worth, Daric? Probably worth a lot.
Pulse chain wallet. It was 5. Now it's
Yeah, right.
Hilarious.
I had a gig, so they're packed up right now, but they're perfectly fine. Those are my babies.
And Superman, on the next time you have us, you gotta try and convince Daric to play some guitar, man. He shreds. He's a really talented musician.
We're gonna hear that then next time, yeah.
Sure.
He's really, really good.
Yeah, we'll put a segment in for that. What I was going to say was, so we've got the Pruvex sacrifice running through to the second. Obviously, that's absorbing a little bit of buy capital, moving into that every day. And so once we get past that, I think it could be sunshine and roses. And the other thing is that we've got a lot of big projects. You might hear. I don't know if you've watched Daily Show. We've got lots of big projects starting to line up, but which is really nice. From Coinweld, Ape Mafia, I think it is, and looks like Tetra's going to be out sooner than later, and we've got a demo of that, so that's sort of a bit of evidence for that actually happening. Stu's been working hard, and we've got Signum Oracle. We're going to get a PUSD ALGO update on Monday, so we've got a few things on the move there. We've got some another RV fork coming. I know Fast Abdul's got his Vault launch coming up soon, and he's got working on other stuff. So there's a lot happening in the space to be excited about.
I got a question. What is your take on the sacrifice? Are you participating? And it's been like a 50-50 mix of people's responses. We ran a poll on our Telegram. It was like 49-51. Just curious where you stand on it.
Well, I think the best argument for it is that it will probably end up with a relatively low retail, and I include any whales in that retail, or at least they say a community sacrifice. And therefore it's probably easy to pump, in terms of that, and then potentially, trap capital into Pulse Chain as well through the token itself on Pulse Chain, and of course the technology potentially. So I think that from that point of view, it's a good scene. Now, obviously the SolidX, the Pruvex pool is kind of leading the way, and that's probably the one that you might want to go in if you want to risk, going with custodials, which is kind of the irony of it all. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the play. I mean everyone can always put a punt in there for that theme that is argued. Other than that, the alternative is to buy Pulse Chain stuff, right? And RhinoFi.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to set up a pair of Pruvex and Rhino when
yeah.
When it comes out for sure.
Look, the other one, I mean, there's always custodial risk, right? I mean, I say this all the time. There's very little actual real DeFi around. Immutable code that just does itself, and so at the end of the day, you are trusting into the people and the character and the actions that follow the words and all the rest of it.
If you rearrange the letters of Pruvex, the word over is in that word. So it's either the wait is over or maybe the chain is over. But it's going to be over one way or the other.
Well, we're on a week countdown now, right, for the final base day. So
I think we got 6 days left, right?
Yes, on the countdown.
I'm excited about it. I mean, if you think about it, like it's such a weird time to run a sacrifice when the chain is so far down. Like there's something mysterious about it, right? I don't want to miss it. I'm doing a modest amount just to, see anything up his sleeve. I'm excited about it. So.
Yeah, I mean it's ticking away, and like I said, it's not. It's like I say, D-Day for me is the 2nd of December, and then obviously Richard can make his OA moves if he's going to do all that.
I think there's one holder that makes up like half of it.
Yeah, well, it's the Pruvex pool, as I mentioned, which is now at 2.3 million, which is the Buckamentals, the PH team set that up after they had been away for a long time, and then they came back and set that up. And so I mean, the multiplier and the volume is 2.5. And look, Rackham Rochelle's teased about the fact that might not even be in the top 5 at the end of the week. So what does he know? We'll find out whether whatever that means.
When does it end totally?
Huh?
It's 6 days from now. It's next Monday or Tuesday. I think.
No, I mean,
6 days, 20 hours until the end of the base rate. Yeah.
No, I'm saying all the way at the end. When's the actual last day?
It is the 10th of January.
Oh, cool.
Day 59.
So it could be a nice birthday present for me. Sweet.
Could be. You know, I mean, we from sacrifice history, we know that the base rate, and then the next couple of days is kind of the last real, pressure on pulse chain will be, on that last day, and then the next couple of days for the latecomers, and then it really does die off after that, and just particularly in the current climate. We're at 6,000 sacrifices. I think there were 48,000 or so on pulse chain, and there was about 103,000 or something on pulse X or something in that ballpark. So, and of course, the dollars are going to be dramatically different. We'll be interesting to see where all that OA ETH money comes in there. And takes up the majority of the pool or not. Imagine if he didn't do his usual strategy of domination, which I think it's least likely chance of that. But
I think,
gentlemen, I hit my time limit. I've got to jump, but I do appreciate the time, Superman. I don't know how much more time you were going, but I got to jump.
We were about to finish up anyway, so that's all good. So we might wrap up here if that's all right.
Sure.
We're at 56 minutes, so we'll just wrap up here. But yeah, Prevex, it's certainly we've got to get through that, and then game on. All right.
Yeah.
All that capital won't be flowing out, and can decide to buy pulse.
Here's how I look at the whole Prevex thing. I'm like, you can analyze it until you're blue in the face, but I think the thing of it is if you believe in pulse chain and you believe in Richard and you're still here, you got to think that the guy wouldn't endorse things so aggressively. He knows how much is at stake with his reputation, and he's putting it out there. And if it's a complete dud, it's like, why would he want to kick everybody when they're down? Like, that's just silly. It doesn't make sense to me. Right. From just an emotional ego standpoint, it just doesn't make sense. Plus, he told me personally that he wasn't doing this to mess with us.
Hey, look, you're either in the Richard for Glory camp or you're not. All right. So
he pinky promised me. In fact, I said, Richard, don't do you pinky? And we went camera to camera like this. We pinky promised each other. So honestly, I think that means something.
All right. That's a good time to finish. And we got Wookie in here saying, "Thanks, guys. Keep up the hard work there." And I know they will. So. Yeah, we'll have to get you guys back on again soon, so and get an update. So appreciate that, and the crowd goes wild.
Thanks, man.
All right, final words.
Stay positive. Let's go. Come on, Prevex. Let's go, balls.
Yes.
All right, take care, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Thanks for the RhinoFi team coming on. Definitely one of the best teams out there, and get involved in their Telegram. Check them out, and if you like it, pick up some Rhino and start earning. It's going to be pretty fun. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.